Hey guys, it's Potato Boy here, and welcome to another explainer, where we take a massive magnifying glass to the wildest, most completely chaotic corners of internet gaming history. Today, we're diving into an absolute classic of bizarre self-sabotage. I'm talking about Rebel Guy's infamous Minecraft Hunger Games match. We're gonna map out this incredible high-speed journey from a standard gaming setup to a complete sugar-fueled meltdown. So, if you've ever wondered what happens when competitive gaming meets a massive, totally unwanted sugar rush, well, you're in the exact right place.
To really set the stage for what we're about to witness, you gotta hear this quote straight from Rebel Guy right at the start of the match. He says, "I absolutely hate chocolate. This is pure torture." Now remember this, lock it in your brains, guys, because this dude is about to completely lose his mind. Hold on to that stated hatred, because the hilarious irony of what unfolds over the next few minutes of gameplay is going to entirely contradict this statement. I mean, he says it's torture, but his actions, yeah, they're going to tell a very, very different story.
Section 1. The Absurd Chocolate Challenge.
Throughout this explainer, we aren't just looking at Minecraft PvP strategy, no, we're tracing a full-on thematic escalation arc. We're watching a real-time progression of a massive sugar rush just totally hijacking a gamer's brain. So the crucial thing here is the core rule of the game he invented for himself, the chocolate challenge. Basically, for every single kill he gets in this Minecraft Hunger Games match, he has to eat one piece of hazelnut chocolate. And not just any chocolate, it specifically has to be hazelnut. It's a super simple rule, right? But in a game where the whole point is to rack up as many kills as possible to survive, he's essentially weaponized his own success against his own digestive system. Like, how crazy is that?
Just think about the glaring cognitive dissonance going on here. On one hand, we've got his bold claim that he hates chocolate, but on the other hand, look at his actual actions. He invented a challenge requiring him to eat it and admitted he went to the store that very day specifically to buy it. He tries to blame his memory, saying his brain played tricks on him and he just magically forgot he hated chocolate while he was shopping. Yeah, right. We gotta apply some heavy skepticism here. I mean, who accidentally buys something they absolutely despise just to force themselves to eat it for a gameplay explainer? Make it make sense.
Section 2. Early Game and First Blood.
So the game kicks off, the adrenaline is pumping, he actually manages to craft an iron sword incredibly early, and suddenly, this theoretical challenge becomes very, very real. The first kills start rolling in, and the eating has to commence. And this brilliantly shows exactly where his mind is at as he secures that first kill. Instead of, talking about the game, he spirals into this bizarre, overly complicated mathematical description of the piece of chocolate he's holding. He literally can't decide if it's a cube, a rectangular prism, or a pyramid with the top cut off and rounded edges. Bro, who stops a life-or-death Minecraft match to do geometry on a piece of candy? But then, the reality really sets in. As he's shoving the chocolate in his mouth while trying not to get ambushed, he drops this incredible realization. Plot twist, Minecraft makes you fat. It's this hilarious, sudden awareness that his actions in this virtual, pixelated world now have direct, immediate, and heavy caloric consequences in the real world. Every single time he swings that digital sword, he is forced to consume real-world sugar.
Section 3. The Sugar Rush Escalates.
Let's see how this builds, because things are about to accelerate big time. As his kill count goes up, the amount of chocolate in his system multiplies, and we start to see a very distinct shift in his pacing, his focus, and honestly, his overall sanity. The game is speeding up, and so is his heart rate. He goes from dreading the candy to literally screaming at his screen, "Give me the chocolate, quickly, before that guy comes." Like, what happened to "this is pure torture"? The sugar is actively hitting his bloodstream now, and it's turning him from a reluctant participant into this desperate chocolate addict, frantically trying to chew and swallow before the next enemy rounds the corner. Yet, somehow, he completely refuses to admit he's enjoying the rush. He keeps throwing out these ridiculous excuses to his audience between rapid-fire chewing. He insists he isn't doing it for fun. He reiterates it's pure torture. But my absolute favorite is when he justifies hunting down another player by claiming he had no choice because the guy had an amazing weapon. He literally says he had no choice. Bro, it's a PvP game. Killing is the entire point of the game. He is just desperately trying to maintain this weird facade of suffering. And then we get this amazing moment of dark, sugar-fueled trash talk. He's bantering with another player, demanding an iron sword or chocolate, and when the player refuses, Rebel Guy just unleashes this utterly villainous line, "I'm not going to give you anything except death." It's an incredible tonal shift. The hazelnut sugar has completely taken the wheel, and he is fully leaning into the absolute chaos of the Hunger Games.
Section 4.
rationalizing the madness.
Okay, so at this point in the match, he has consumed an alarming amount of candy in a very, very short window of time. His logic starts to severely fracture, and we get treated to the most unhinged tangent of the entire explainer. He genuinely believes that if the cops arrest him, his plan is foolproof. He imagines that the sugar rush is basically like a drug, and that the Australian police are going to arrest him for being high on chocolate. But his defense strategy? Oh, it's genius. He'll just explain he was doing the chocolate challenge. And in his sugar-spiked brain, the police will just immediately understand, respect the hustle, and drop all charges. It is perfectly rigid, cartoon-level logic.
He even takes it a step further, imagining the fallout of this hypothetical arrest. He literally shouts out, people will be crying and saying, "Give me that chocolate, mate." Oh my gosh, he has painted this magnificent picture in his head where he's some kind of martyr for hazelnut chocolate, and the citizens of Australia are literally weeping in the streets, begging for his candy. It brilliantly illustrates just how far gone his concentration is, all because of these ridiculous rules he forced upon himself.
But guys, the physical toll is real. Right after that wild tangent, reality snaps back and he notes he is 2 whole rows of bloody chocolate down. His physical limits are being severely tested here. He admits he's feeling super weird, his stomach is churning, and the sheer volume of rich, sugary chocolate he's inhaling while trying to aggressively maneuver his mouse and keyboard is becoming a genuine obstacle to winning the actual game.
Section 5. A very sweet victory.
Against all odds, he pushes through. We're entering the final stage of the match. Only a few players are left. The sugar rush has peaked, the combat is tense, and Rebel Guy is somehow still dominating despite feeling completely sick. As he corners the final opponent, his manic thought process reaches its absolute zenith. Instead of just finishing the game normally with his sword, he starts cycling through his inventory, asking out loud what the most humiliating weapon to die by would be. A boat? A compass? No, he decides a gold nugget is the ultimate disrespect. He actually attempts to beat the final player to death with a tiny piece of gold, all while choking down his final obligatory piece of chocolate. The hype is just unreal.
He actually wins the game, and in his victory lap, he realizes the true scale of what he's done, which brings us to this wild number, 40. You see, the block of chocolate he brought had 10 rows of 4 pieces. He jokes that for winning, his grand prize should be eating the entire remaining block. That's a staggering 40 pieces of chocolate, the ultimate reward for a challenge he claimed to absolutely despise from minute 1.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question to ponder. Based on everything we just broke down, if you firmly claim to hate chocolate, could you honestly survive eating a 40-piece block of it in one high-stress sitting just to win a game? It really makes you wonder about our own limitations, the hilarious lies we tell ourselves for entertainment, and Rebel Guy's apparently legendary, completely undeniable tolerance for sugar. Thank you so much for hanging out with Potato Boy on this deep dive, and I will catch you guys in the next explainer.